Soon we might not be able to find Disney channels on YouTube TV. That's because Disney now taking action, pulling their channels from YouTube TV after the two failed to reach a deal before the midnight deadline. What does this mean? Well, it means that if you're a subscriber, you will not be able to watch content from Disney networks, and that is a long list of channels. It includes ESPN, ABC, Disney Channel, FX, National Geographic, and Freeform 2. So the talks do continue, but no date right now on the calendar of when the programming might resume.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Daniel Augustin. This is multi-hyphenate AF. Before I move forward, please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. My goal is to hit 10K by the end of the year. You know that's not happening without your assistance. Now, let's just address this, man. Disney. It's so interesting how Disney has this outward veneer, this appeal that they are the wholesome company that does animation shows and movies and superhero shows and movies, and they have been the company behind the theme parks. You know, when you think of family, you think of Disney. You think of Disney, you think of Mickey Mouse, you think joy, you think roller coasters, you think great content, you think great company, years of success. This is how they've been successful, and it pisses me off. I have YouTube TV, and because of this move that Disney has now executed, I will probably have had YouTube TV. It's really unfortunate. It's frustrating, honestly, because I already have my setup. You know, I already have my setup for how I set up my Saturdays, my Sundays, my NFL Red Zone, my NFL Sunday Ticket. I don't know what happens to my Red Zone and Sunday Ticket. I got to double check on that now because those are connected to my YouTube TV. I bought them through YouTube TV. YouTube TV saying they're going to credit people about $20 or so, but I don't know if I want to keep using YouTube TV if now I'm forced to say, what, go get Disney Hulu Live TV. That's about $80. YouTube TV is about $80 plus. Ain't no way in hell I'm about to be doing $160. So Disney ends up hurting the consumer here because they're thinking about their bottom line. When they're looking at the streaming wars, they're not winning the streaming wars. I saw a list. I'm going to try to post a list. Didn't have that prepared for this. I didn't know I was going to talk about that, but YouTube TV's like they're up at the top two, if I'm not mistaken, and Disney's, I think YouTube TV and Netflix are the ones really, you know, battling it out, or if I'm not mistaken, and Disney's down there in like the fourth spot or something like that. And a move like this is going to change that. A move like this is going to, and you know what's crazy is this is not the first time Disney has done this. This is business 101. Like, I guess the only reason I'm even talking about this is because it's so savage. This is a Game of Thrones move in media. Disney did this before when they were with Netflix. Netflix was off the ground doing their thing and everybody was chasing Netflix. Disney was in their back rooms figuring out how to catch up Netflix, and they were coming up with Disney Plus. Yes, and we'll connect it to Hulu. Huzzah! That's what they were doing. All the while Netflix had Luke Cage and I forget what that one show was called, Jessica something. Daredevil had all that. And then out of nowhere, Netflix no longer had those shows. Disney said, hey, we're dropping Disney Plus in a year or so, and we're going to go ahead and take these shows off now so that y'all ain't getting too comfortable over here in Netflix, and you guys get to longing these shows and wanting said shows. And once you hear that said shows are available here at Disney Plus, you too will be here with us at Disney Plus, subscribed and waiting for us to do things at our whim. That is what will happen, stupid people. That's what's going on right now. Disney it's so interesting because, like I said, they got that veneer of family. We're here for you and your family. We want you and your family to have a good time. But in the boardroom, they gangsters. in the boardroom, Disney moves like a mafia. Disney did that deal to Netflix, and that was savage. I loved that Luke Cage show. Couldn't find it for years, and that was unfair to the viewer. But Disney's thinking about their bottom line. They're thinking about their PR. They're thinking about their rollout. This is a company that's doing things that's not necessarily here to please the consumer, but it is here to seem to appease to the consumer. It's more so, in my opinion, here to get off on the consumer. I am going to do the perusing tonight for Hulu Live. Maybe Hulu Live TV will be better for me. I don't know. It's probably going to be the same. One thing that I did look up is that the prices are around the same, but apparently with Hulu Live TV, you can get unlimited screens. And so maybe this way I can watch unlimited games based on how many screens I have. Maybe YouTube TV had that and I just didn't know that. But I'm not really happy about this. I don't even want to get to shifting my stuff around. Like I said, the NFL Red Zone, the NFL Sunday Ticket, I got to go figure all that out before Sunday. But I just find it interesting, these media companies and the moves they're making and how we got where we got from Netflix starting their streaming company. And how ultimately, everybody can say what they want to say about Trump, tariffs. Just about any time I hear a Democrat reaching for one of their talking points, they're saying, Trump said he was going to make prices go down right away. He didn't. In fact, he added tariffs and now everything's more expensive. We could say, everybody can say what they want to say. Nobody is tariffing people more than these media companies. Nobody. These media companies have created tariffs via their subscription. And the fact that there's so many of them now, we're the ones who are in harm's way. Everybody's just fighting with everybody, from Democrat to Republican, to media company with media company, to media company, to consumer, to producer. We're all just going at each other, and ain't nobody the better for it. To be real with you, I really wish Disney would have really worked this out, because just even based on just some of the stuff I'm hearing about how they were going back and forth with each other in the boardroom and whatnot, is like, it's just a strict power move. The deadline was up on the 30th, if I'm not mistaken, on the 29th at 11:59 p.m. And Disney told YouTube TV, listen, we're going to give you a blackout. That's what we're going to give you. I think the biggest mistake YouTube TV might have made was in working out a deal with Disney that ended in the middle of a year, in the middle of a sports season. That was a mistake. It's 2020 hindsight though, but that was a mistake. You fucking around with the mafia and you get to deal. Maybe Disney said it's got to be by that date. By that date, we need to, we need to see where we are. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe Disney got to set the date. I don't know, but this is going to hurt YouTube TV and YouTube in the immediate. I don't see Disney really hurting YouTube as a whole, though. YouTube is way too accessible for way too many people. This hurts YouTube from the standpoint of them being able to get the revenue that they get from YouTube TV. But it's going to help Disney. It's going to help Disney for sure. So I'm going to follow up on this. If this has messed with anybody else's streaming, with anybody else's sports streaming, with anybody else's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, if this messed with any of your stuff too, let me know in the comments, man. I'm really not pleased about this, just to keep it 1,000%. Like, it's a fucked up move, Disney. It's fucked up. I see you. It's gangster though. It's gangster though. It's gangster. I give you that. Feel me? I can't knock your hustle, so I can respect it from that standpoint, but I don't fucking like it. You dig?